skirmishes in this overall war, and it starts with Homicide and Low Ki right now.
And what another great crowd this week here in FWA TV.
Oh yeah.
And right away the crowd getting on Homicide. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be calling him that. I know that.
I wouldn't want to say anything wrong to Homicide.
Where's he going?
And it's starting to bother him, it looks like. So Dan Moreland got into Low Ki's head, but now the fans are getting into Homicide's head. And Low Ki still must be reeling through his mind, as it was just a couple minutes ago that Dan Moreland changed the rules on him. No top rope moves.
You talk about everything that Low Ki probably worked on and prepared for now, like you said, is absolutely gone. Throw it out the window, erase the chalkboard, and start over again.
Yeah.
And that's what Dan Moreland wants. He realizes that Low Ki can probably win this match, so he's trying to handicap him any way he can.
And this is what Dan Moreland's trying to do. He's got all the power. He loves it so much, he's going to do whatever he can to hang on to this position, this unassailable position of power. Good-looking headlock here, as Low Ki really grinding it out, and Homicide trying to battle out. Sends him across, shoulder block. Homicide goes down. Now, swing and a miss. Low Ki comes off. Big flying body press. Both men back to their feet. And there's a nice forearm to the face. Whips him in. Low Ki with another stiff forearm shot.
And you'll be saying that word a lot this match, stiff.
Big chop there by Homicide. This is going to be a brutal war, since it will not be a high-flying war. Ouch.
Oh, man.
Sends him in. Low Ki lands on his feet on the backdrop attempt and catches him with a capo kick.
And Homicide's ringside.
You can tell Low Ki, since he can't go to the top rope, he's just going to brawl it out with Homicide, and this match could get very ugly.
And I hope, I'm begging Dan Moreland to get involved. Uh-oh, wait a minute, no.
Can't do it, can't do it.
You got to get down, Low Ki, you got to get down.
Paul Turner, the referee, reminding him.
This is, look at.
It's like you said, it's like tying his feet together. That's the disadvantage Low Ki's at. Homicide whips him into the post, and he hit head first.
Posted him.
And outside the ring, Homicide can really do the damage. We've got a couple of street fighters out there, and Homicide would like to think that he's the best of them all. Low Ki would beg to differ with that. Wow, he's got that hammer, which is used to ring the bell.
And that's not the end of the match. That was Homicide ringing the bell. But, you know, so much, Jeff, you have the whole Dan Moreland issue with Low Ki.
Big leg drop.
But also you have a very personal issue between Homicide and Low Ki. They both from the same area, and they've been in the same gang together. And so, I mean, this goes deeper than just Dan Moreland.
That's right. I mean, the feud here in the FWA is so intense, but yet there's a whole underlying personal feud, like you mentioned, between these two. They go back a very long way. And boy,
Homicide just pounding on his chest. Uh-oh.
Hooking him up for a backslide. Low Ki's fighting it as he flips out. Sets him up in a full Nelson. Countered into a stroke as Low Ki goes down, and now working on the arm and sending in some big cross-face shots. He's got the leg grapevine, and Low Ki goes to the rope.
Homicide is just a brawler. He's just absolutely brawling. Look at those elbows now by Low Ki.
We mentioned this is going to get ugly, and you said very stiff with those shots that they're laying in.
And Homicide, you talk about stiff, his finishing move, which he's trying to get for, that's an incredible move.
The Toyota driver, and Low Ki has already felt that once. Homicide bringing those all the way from Brooklyn.
Of course, not taking anything away from the Key Crusher either.
Yeah, that is something else. Whips him in, handspring elbow. Homicide is reeling. Went for the Yakuza kick, but Homicide scores with another chop. Irish whip, Homicide in with the running forearm. Homicide, he hit the Yakuza kick. Boy, these guys, we get a 2 count. Both are so good at stringing together moves like that.
And they know each other so well because they've grown up together for the most part in the same town.
That's
in Brooklyn.
Right. This is not, believe me, this is not the first time these two have fought each other.
And it was Dan Moreland now. The fate of Dan Moreland has brought this feud back together as And now, if anything, as if they need it, it's just been intensified, this feud, because of Dan Moreland. Like you need to put any more gas on this fire.
That's right. Dan Moreland recruiting Homicide, really trying to get into the mind of Loki. Really bringing back a personal weapon to use against Loki.
And I'm sure Mike Quackenbush, Don Montoya, Dino Devine, all watching the monitors this week. If they're here, I'm not sure, but if they're not here, they're watching it on TV, this match very closely.
That's right. Those guys are so intense. When they came into the building, they were not, happy and jovial. They were all business, as we saw them come in last week on TV.
Loki wasn't very happy this week either.
And there's a Manhattan drop by Homicide. Winds up with a shot to the back of the head. 1, 2, and Loki kicks out.
I mean, he's just clubbing him.
And a 2 count. This is really a lot more like a fight than a wrestling match.
You might as well put these two out in the street. It's exactly what we're seeing.
Homicide keeping the pressure on, trying to force Loki into these pinning predicaments. And the fans helping Loki again by getting on Homicide.
I'm guessing Homicide doesn't like that too much.
He doesn't like this pronunciation of his name. Nice block by Loki. Now he's trying to hook him up.
Oh, he's trying to get him for that key crusher, but look at Homicide hooking on to the top rope.
Now Loki able to fire back as he's trying to get himself back into this match. Reversal by Homicide, caught him with a knee to the gut. Hooking up, possibly for the Toyota driver, but Loki blocked it.
Good job by Loki blocking that.
Nice job there. Oh! Wow, snap German suplex. 2 and 3 was on the way down, but Homicide kicked out.
I thought he had him, Jeff.
And Dan Moreland turned white, even whiter than he normally is on that one.
Has Dan Moreland ever washed that tie?
I don't think so.
Of course, he'll be graced with his presence later on with his usual segment.
Oh, that's right. Rapidly becoming one of those popular segments on FWA TV.
Look at these kicks.
One more time, Loki really delivers the goods.
Will this put him down?
He blocked it that time. And now Loki firing back, looking for that Key Crusher 99. Is he gonna get it?
Oh,
yeah!
That's it.
He got it.
Pin him, Loki, and you got it.
But Loki's been taking a lot of punishment, and he's a long way from scoring that pin. But he did hit the Key Crusher 99. Dan Moreland desperately trying to get Homicide back into this match.
Could he get over there? Did he take too much time?
Going for the pin. 1, 2.
3.
Foot on the rope.
Foot in the rope. Paul Turner right there to catch it.
Boy, almost a loss for one of Dan Moreland's men, as everybody in the FWA is just desperate to pin a loss on Dan Moreland because he's got way too much power right now, and he talks about it every week.
That will maybe break the momentum of Dan Moreland's alliance.
Wait a minute. Loki to the top. He can't do that in this match. Loki. It's illegal. Homicide caught him. Loki, it's just second nature for him to go to the top rope. Now Homicide has him hooked up for a superplex.
Now, wasn't that technically, I guess he wasn't technically on the top rope. Well, it wouldn't matter. It was Homicide.
Yeah, 1, 2, and Loki kicked out again.
I don't think Dan Moreland would disqualify his own guy.
I don't think he would.
Not anytime this millennium, at least.
Now, Homicide looking to hook him up. Nice power. That's a Thunder Firebomb. 2. Loki kicked out again.
But did he tell you that, Jeff? How do you know that?
Sort of folded him up. That makes it the Thunder Firebomb. But Loki...
Did you drive in with Homicide this week? Were you talking to him?
No, not quite.
Homicide's a real sociable guy.
And now just choking him out. And you heard the fans cheering for Loki. Just so much respect for the fact that he can come back from all this punishment. Loki is a former FWA champion, and he has never received that rematch, as Quackenbush mentioned last week. Now, Homicide trying to go for a suplex here, but Loki blocked it. Loki counters into a brainbuster. Where does Loki get this from?
I don't know, but he has a burst of energy, that burst of offense. But if Loki can just capitalize and go over and try to make the pin, this match might have been over already.
Dan Moreland may have outsmarted himself as he prevented Loki from using top rope maneuvers. 1, 2, Homicide kicks out.
He took too much time.
But that's made Loki even more intense with his other moves, and to get Loki even more intense is unbelievable.
That's scary.
His intensity just knows no bounds at some point.
Now, see, no.
Second rope is okay.
Second rope is fine, yeah.
He can't go any higher than that. Homicide trying to block this. Oh, a big right hand. Now what's he going for? Now, technically, Loki's still not really standing on the top. Somebody could get hurt here, guys.
Look at those clubbing blows.
I mean, what am I talking about? They've been getting hurt all match. Homicide looking for a superplex again, but Loki blocks it.
What is Loki looking for here?
Both these guys slugging it out. The entire match could hinge on what happens right here, because whatever happens, it's not going to be pretty.
Uh-oh. Now, wait a minute.
Homicide's,
oh, no. Loki, no.
Loki can't do this.
No, Loki, no,
He's
not
gonna
at the
get
top.
DQ'd.
No, don't do it.
Key Crusher 99 from the top by Loki.
Oh, yeah, and there's the bell.
DQ. Oh, Loki's gonna get this.
So as a result of a disqualification, your winner, Homicide.
Oh. No, you know.
Come on. Now Loki really had, that was self-defense. Loki had to stand on the top rope to get out of that predicament.
It doesn't matter, Jeff.
Dan Moreland screwed him over.
Dan Moreland.